It's spooky season. Today we're going to be showing you a great comic book series for new readers, those that like spooky stories, those that like superhero stories, and those that like zombie stories. It's called DCeased, written by Tom Taylor. How's it going, guys? Aradeek here with my adventures through pop culture. Today we're going to keep up with spooky season, and we're going to feature a comic series. It takes place in the DC universe, which is easily my favorite comic publisher right now. And what's cool about this series is it's self-contained. What I mean by that is you don't have to have read piles and piles of books to understand what's going on in this series. There are a few characters you might not recognize right off the bat, but if you're willing to do a little research or just get a little backstory for that, it can be fleshed out very fast and it can make a ton of sense. This series, I didn't think I would have picked it up had I not read the first title as soon as I did. I've been reading it off the shelf, meaning single issue, since it came out. If it was like Marvel Zombies and I had just read the first trade, I don't think I would have kept up with it. But I credit a lot of that to Tom Taylor and his fantastic writing. Now, zombie stories truly have been done to death and brought back to life and done again. Whether it's movies, TV, video games, comics, you name the media, there's some sort of zombie equivalent within it. And we've seen all variations of these types of zombies. Slow-walking brain feeders, unstoppable hordes, comedic side relief, and even culinary savants, like in the fantastic comic book adaptation series, iZombie, which if you haven't checked it out, definitely one to put on the DVR. In this sea of zombies, you really need a few things to catch my eye. You need a fresh take, and you need a good setting. Tom Taylor's DCeased has both of those. Brief synopsis: essentially Darkseid kidnaps Cyborg in an attempt to get the anti-life equation. He fuses a corrupt mother box to Vic, Cyborg, and it blows up in Darkseid's face, figuratively and literally, creating a technovirus that spreads through screens, more specifically through means like social media. This concept puts the pedal to the metal and does not hold back. Also, you don't have to have an immense wealth of DC comic book knowledge to truly appreciate this series. You will catch more out of it, but this is great for new readers. All in all, if you're like me and you're feeling genuine zombie fatigue by the mass of Walking Dead type series, spin-offs, continuations, and just overused zombie tropes in general, this series is nothing short of a breath of fresh air. And it doesn't hurt that it features my favorite heroes and characters from the DC universe. Also, if you're like me and you're a sucker for a good variant cover, they have been pumping out gold with classic horror and just classic sci-fi, action, and thriller movies being referenced using DC characters for all of their variant comic book covers. Great series to check out. I personally get all my comic books from Mutiny Information Cafe on Broadway and Ellsworth. I can't guarantee that they'll have the single issues of this series as it was released a few years prior, but I'm sure you can pick up the trade, and the most recent iteration of the series, which would be the third trade, is out in single issue format. Definitely make sure to check out those guys at Mutiny. They'll treat you well, and they'll set you off on a fun comic book reading adventure. Again, thank you guys for checking it out. Keep doing what you're doing, bettering yourselves and those around you, and please stay safe. We don't want anyone to get bit. I wouldn't want to see any of you guys turn into any of these slow-walking brain feeders yourself. Keep being you and keep being awesome. Thanks for checking it out.